Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to show you everything you need to know to take care of your cockatiel the right way. If you're thinking about adopting a cockatiel but have no idea where to start, you've found the right video. This content is a complete beginner's guide, especially for those who have never owned birds before and want to learn how to care for a cockatiel properly. I have decided to gather and summarize all the essential information you need to know to take care of these charming birds in the best possible way. If this is your first experience with a bird, it is natural to have several doubts about the care needed to ensure that your new companion lives happily and healthy by your side. Cockatiels are unique pets, very different from ordinary pets, such as dogs and cats, and so it is essential to understand their specific needs to provide them with the best care. In this video, you will find out everything your cockatiel needs: how to choose the right bird, what to expect in the first few days at home, how to tame it, ways to play with it, its feeding, how to keep the cage clean, how to bathe it, nightly care, and much more. Before bringing a cockatiel home, it's essential to make sure you have the right items for them to live comfortably. The first step is to choose a suitable cage, which will be her home, where she will feel safe and carry out most of her daily activities, such as eating, drinking water, playing, resting, and sleeping. To ensure your bird's well-being, opt for the largest cage you can afford. The best are those that are rectangular in shape, with a greater length and width, since cockatiels move more horizontally than vertically. Pay attention to the spacing between the cage railings. If it is too wide, there is a risk that the cockatiel will get stuck. It is also important to think in advance about where to position the cage in your home. Choose a busy room to promote greater interaction between you and your cockatiel, but avoid drafty areas to protect your cockatiel's health. Placing the cage in an elevated place, either on a table or using a cage with a stand, is also a good idea. In addition to the cage, it is important to purchase some toys, accessories, and essential items to make your cockatiel's environment more enriched. This includes food pots, drinking fountains, perches, and toys that she can gnaw on and interact with, such as swings, bridges, and stairs. These accessories are essential to ensure that your bird has a stimulating and healthy environment. All these items, both the cage and the accessories, can be easily found in pet stores or stores specializing in birds. Choosing the cockatiel. Cockatiels are very popular domestic birds, which makes it easier to find them for sale in pet stores. Before choosing, carefully observe the available birds. Cockatiels come in a vast array of colors and mutations, making the choice even more difficult. To make sure you bring home a healthy bird, make sure it flies well, feeds normally, and is active and vocal. And if you want to find out if it is male or female, you can observe some characteristics. Identifying the sex of a cockatiel can be a challenge, especially when they are young, but there are some tips that can help. Adult males usually have more vibrant colors, especially on the face. If the cockatiel is of a common mutation, such as Latino or wild gray, the male will usually have more intense orange cheeks and a bright yellow mask. Females, on the other hand, tend to have a duller coloration. The cheeks may be less vibrant, and they often have marks under the wings and tail bars. Males are usually more vocal and can learn to whistle and even imitate sounds or words. They also have the habit of beating their beaks, raising their crests, and spreading their wings as a way to show off their territoriality or attract attention. Females tend to be less noisy and are generally more reserved. They may be more likely to chew on things, especially when they're in heat. When interested in mating, males may exhibit courtship behavior, such as singing and flapping their wings to the female. Females may seek out dark, quiet places to try to nest, and may become more aggressive or defensive during the breeding period. The most accurate way to determine the sex of a cockatiel is through a DNA test. This can be done with a feather or blood sample, and the result will indicate whether it is male or female for sure. It is important to pay attention to the cockatiel's wings when buying it. Some pet stores sell the birds with their wings trimmed, which prevents them from flying, allowing only small jumps. If you prefer a cockatiel that can fly normally, look at this characteristic carefully. as the difference is visible. When I chose my first cockatiel, I felt an immediate connection to seeing it, as if I knew it was the right bird for me. After watching her a little more to make sure she was healthy, I decided to adopt her. Once you've chosen your cockatiel, ask a store employee to help you capture it safely. They usually put the bird in a box so you can transport it to your home. When you arrive, place the cockatiel directly in the cage, which should already be assembled and equipped with all the toys and accessories. To avoid accidents, do this in an enclosed room with locked windows and doors, and open the box near the cage door so that the cockatiel can easily enter. Another option is to take the finished cage to the store and ask for the cockatiel to be placed directly inside it. First days at home. Unlike other pets such as dogs and cats, which you can interact with immediately, the process with cockatiels and other birds is different. These little creatures are naturally trapped in the wild, which makes them more insecure and fearful. The change of environment, from transportation to arrival at your home, can leave them very stressed. In the first few days, it is crucial to allow time for the cockatiel to calm down. It is common for her to take time to eat, drink little water and not sing much, because she will be scared. Therefore, avoid taking her out of the cage, trying to caress her or grabbing her, as these actions will only increase nervousness. Instead, keep close, talk to her, and show her your hand outside the cage so she can start getting acquainted with you. Tame the cockatiel. Many people don't know, but it is essential to tame your cockatiel, that is, to carry out a gradual process to gain their trust. As mentioned, these birds are naturally suspicious and fearful, so it is necessary to tame and train the cockatiel so that it trusts you and becomes your best friend. It is important not to be fooled by pet stores that sell supposedly tamed birds just because they had their wings clipped. Clipping the wings does not mean that the bird is tamed. Both cockatiels with clipped wings and those with intact wings need to go through the taming process. I have a full video that explains in detail how to tame your cockatiel, but in summary, if you don't know where to start, the process involves gradually approaching the bird so that it loses its fear. In the first few days, talk to her, bring your hand close to the cage and eventually put only one finger inside it. Offer seeds as an incentive and over time, teach her to climb on your hand and finger until she's comfortable getting out of the cage and interacting with you. This whole process of taming the cockatiel takes time. Each step mentioned should be repeated several times over the weeks. In my case, it took me about 7 weeks, practically a month and a half, to see results. It is a slow process that requires a lot of patience, dedication, and of course, love. How to play. Once your cockatiel is tamed, you can play with them in a variety of fun ways. Whenever possible, release it in a safe room in your home, remembering to close all doors and windows, as well as lower the curtains to avoid accidents. While she's free, she can fly, explore the environment, and even run, which is a lot of fun to observe. In addition to being funny, cockatiels are extremely intelligent birds, which allows you to teach them various tricks. You can teach them to fly to your finger, follow a specific direction, flap their wings, perform the hoop trick, and even talk. Yes, some cockatiels can learn to talk. In addition, some are so affectionate that they allow you to pet them. In my case, for example, I was able to create a strong connection with my cockatiel, which made the experience even more rewarding. There are many ways to have fun with your cockatiel and make the most of this special coexistence. Feeding. To ensure a healthy diet for your cockatiel, offer a varied and balanced diet. The base should include a mixture of seeds, such as millet, birdseed, and sunflower in moderate quantity, as well as extruded feed specific for cockatiels, which provides essential nutrients. Also add fresh fruits and vegetables, such as apples, carrots, spinach, and pumpkin, always washed and free of pesticides. Avoid citrus fruits and toxic foods such as avocados and lettuce. Cooked grains such as brown rice, corn, and oats may occasionally be included. Hard-boiled eggs are a good source of protein and can be offered sporadically. Don't forget to provide clean, fresh water daily. Offer bathing. Bathing is essential for cockatiel's health and should be offered regularly. You can bathe them in 2 ways: by using a spray bottle of warm water, which should be sprayed gently on the bird, or by offering a container of shallow water so that it can bathe on its own. It is important to ensure that the water is warm and not cold, and always avoid using cleaning products. After bathing, allow the cockatiel to dry in a warm, dry environment away from cold drafts. Bathing helps to keep the plumage clean and healthy, as well as promote the bird's overall well-being. Bedtime. Night care for the cockatiel is essential to ensure a peaceful rest and the health of the bird. It is important to ensure that the cage is in a calm environment without direct light during the night, to simulate the natural cycle of day and night. Covering the cage with an opaque cover can help create a dark and peaceful environment, which helps the cockatiel sleep better. Make sure the cage is in a place free of drafts and in an area where the bird will not be disturbed during the night. Also, avoid leaving perishable food in the cage, as it can attract insects or cause contamination. With this care, your cockatiel will have restful sleep, which contributes to its health and well-being. Did you like these tips on how to take care of your cockatiel in the right way? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell for more valuable information on how to take care of your winged companion and ensure that she has a long and happy life. Until the next video, bye.